Let's start by defining self-confidence by doing a little exercise. I want you to raise your hands above your head right now and hold them up for a few seconds and then put them back where they were. The question now is, did you find it difficult to raise your hands? Did you think it was impossible to do it? Do you remember the last time something bad happened and you raised your hands without hesitation? Was your mind filled with negative thoughts and obsessions so that you have doubted before you raise your hands? Of course, none of this happened, simply because you trust your ability to raise your hands because you have done it many times before correctly. This leads to two very important conclusions. The first is that you trust yourself to perform a given task, such as lifting the hands, and lack confidence in doing another task such as public speaking. That's why many successful people may be wondering why they lack self-confidence, because these people have confidence in their ability to succeed at work or in careers and lack self-confidence in other fields of life.
The second is that the more times you do a task successfully, the more confidence you develop in your ability to do so. The first time you tried to ride a bike you were very scared, you were stressed and you fell many times, but later, when you learned, it was the easiest. Can your mobile phone fly? If I grab your cell phone and tell you it's a helicopter, will you ever believe me? Of course not. Even if I bring a couple of my friends and they tell you the same thing, you will end up saying that they are crazy. Now, what if you go home and find one of your relatives holding the phone and trying to make it fly? And when you get close she said to you, "Have you seen my new helicopter?" Do you believe him? Of course not. But why do you stick to your beliefs even though many people contradict you? It is because you know for a fact that this mobile phone is not a helicopter. The same happens with your personality traits. The main reason why you believe the things that people say about you is because you are not sure of your true self. If someone tells you that you are a loser and you feel bad, it is usually because you are not sure if you're a loser or not. If you had trusted yourself the same way you trusted that your mobile phone is not a helicopter, you would not have felt bad. It's also the same reason why the world boxing champion wouldn't feel bad if a stranger tells him that he is weak or unhealthy. But if the same is said to you who is very skinny, you will most likely feel very bad. The important conclusion we reach from these pieces of information is the next. Your confidence in your personal traits comes from knowing yourself well, to such an extent that you don't believe people who tell you otherwise. Confident people are not those who are never criticized or rejected, but are those who do not take these rejections into account and consider them nothing, while a person who lacks confidence will obsess over anything that is said about him or her, but a confident person will just laugh and walk away. Things you should always keep in mind. Write down the areas of your life where you lack confidence in yourself. Try to remember the things you most fear doing and remember the past moments that you did not operate well while doing them. People tend to attach great importance to social interactions, to such an extent that they believe they lack self-confidence if they don't perform well socially. I ran into a friend of mine who said she needed my help because she doesn't trust herself. I asked her how she knew she lacks self-confidence, and she told me she is afraid of talking to new people. My friend, who is smart, witty, and has a lot of good traits, thinks she lacks self-confidence due to her lack of ability to deal with new people. The correct response she should have said was, "I am confident in my ability to respond to many problems, but I don't trust my ability to deal with strangers." Knowing what areas you need to work on is the key to develop confidence in yourself. The main reason why the millions of self-help tips to develop self-confidence and raising self-esteem do not work is because people give generic advice and intend to apply it to the life of the person, ignoring the field where they lack self-confidence and therefore have low self-esteem. If you already think you are smart, then helping you to be the smartest person in the world might not affect your self-esteem, but if you have trouble talking to people of the opposite sex, this is the reason why you must know what are the areas of your life where you lack self-confidence and feel low self-esteem.
Myths surrounding self-confidence and self-esteem. What prevents people from developing self-confidence? Why do some people think they can't do anything about it or help themselves? This happens simply because these people have certain false beliefs about self-confidence they have acquired from friends, family, or the media. These beliefs are myths, and being aware of them is one of the things that will pave the way to develop strong self-confidence and good self-esteem. First myths is, I don't have the self-confidence genes, or I wasn't born with self-confidence. The truth is that there is no such thing as self-confidence genes, simply because self-confidence and self-esteem is just a set of beliefs you have about yourself. Each one of us were born clean, without any beliefs about ourselves or the objects to which we belong, but as we go about our lives, we begin to develop beliefs about ourselves. Those who develop positive beliefs trust themselves and estimate themselves in a good way, while those who develop negative beliefs are the people who have very little self-confidence and their self-esteem is quite low. Second myth is self-confidence depends on external factors. Some people might believe that if they have an expensive car or if they are a bit taller then they would feel more secure themselves, but the truth is that this never happens. When your self-confidence comes from external factors, you still feel worthless deep down inside because your subconscious mind will realize that you get your self-esteem from your car, cell phone, or friends. The other problem that arises when you depend on external factors is that the false self-confidence you will experience will disappear as soon you lose one of these external factors, and if your expensive car is shattered, you might be unable to leave your house without it. And the last myth is, it's too late to learn to trust myself and improve my self-esteem, I should have done it before. Even if you are over 60, you can still develop confidence in yourself from scratch. As I just explained, self-confidence and self-esteem are a set of beliefs, and beliefs can be added to or removed from your mind at any time regardless of your age. In short, there are no trust genes in oneself, just right and wrong beliefs about yourself.